Live from Radio Row here in Las Vegas, Tom Curran, NBC Sports Boston, here to talk a little Patriots draft pick. So kind of reading the tea leaves with the new hire and the new organization kind of reorg. Are you thinking quarterback at 3 is all but a lock, or are they going to look at their options in other places?
Well, it's funny. You cover these teams and you have your own opinions that germinate. And my opinion specifically is to take a quarterback now, they have to look at this quarterback group and say, it's not you, it's us. We're not ready for a quarterback right now. We don't have wideouts. We don't have an offensive line. We're going to waste a year of your development by either getting you beaten up or not being able to put you on the field because the rest of the offense is that bad. I'm in the minority. Gerard Mayo already indicated, didn't promise, but said, you need a quarterback. It's the most important position. We've heard ownership cite the same thing. It's a coaching quarterback-driven league. So I think there is good sense in either taking Marvin Harrison or trading down and cultivating picks so that next year you can try and maybe either move up and take a quarterback. But again, I'm in the minority. Jaden Daniels or Drake May seems to be the rooting interest and perhaps the leaning interest around. But what would the Cardinals give up to move up to 3? Because the Patriots can ransom that.
We've talked about it. I think on our show, PHNX Cardinals, I would give up picks. I don't think the Cardinals would. I think the Cardinals would say, well, listen, if Jaden Daniels or Drake May falls to 4, that opens up a new market for them to potentially trade down. Any idea of a Joe Alt or Alu Fashanu at 3, is that out of the ordinary, do you think?
I don't think it's out of the ordinary, but I don't know if those guys are what we would call top 5 generational kind of tackles that you take at that juncture. I think if there was a preference, again, I'm basing this on opinion and things gleaned from being around the team as much as I am, so it's fact-based opinion. It would probably be Marvin Harrison, given that it's sensed that he is a generational talent. The Patriots just have not had a highly drafted wide receiver game changer that they have depended on. It's always been the sum is greater than the individual parts, whether it be Edelman or James White, Gronkowski working in concert with Tom Brady, making them that good. What would they look like? Every great team has that pass catcher who alters everything. You had it with Larry Fitzgerald. You see it all the time. So Patriots don't have that right now by a long shot.
The Cardinals were in a similar position, although they had Kyler Murray coming off injury last year, similar to the Patriots now. Picking 3, needed everything, and they worked the phones to try to trade down. Do you feel like outside of a quarterback, maybe the preference is, let's see if somebody wants to come up, if we don't love Jaden Daniels, we don't love Drake May, or is it a philosophical point of, well, somebody's coming up for these guys, we need to consider them as well?
If it isn't them working the phones or people working the phones to them, they're doing it wrong. This seems like a 3-deep quarterback draft, and it's not like 2021 where it was Trevor Lawrence generational and then 4 guys you might like the flavor of. I don't know how good Drake May's going to be, I swear. Caleb Williams is ridiculous, but he looks like a handful. I don't know how good Jaden Daniels is going to be. He might be Justin Fields. He might be a hell of a lot better than him. So do these teams, and I do think that they get overly stimulated as the process goes along, and then they get destimulated when they look at them too long. What are they going to feel? How are they going to feel about them? And how are their fan bases going to feel? Are the Patriots going to be leery of a revolt if they don't take Jaden Daniels? Do they care? They never did in the past because Bill would just say, yeah, that's what we did, see ya, and walk away. So there's so many dynamics at play when you're a shitty team.
Real quick, put you on the spot. The Arizona Cardinals have a lot of cap space this year. The Patriots have a lot of free agents, guys that Monty Ossenford spent his time in New England with. Give me 1 or 2 names that you could see hitting the market that could appeal to Ossenford. Maybe on the defensive line, the offensive line, they have that swing tackle guard that's available.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on the Gerard Mayo and the current regime keeping some of these players or not?
They have the money to do it. They have what I consider to be 2.5 players on their offense who would be starters for more than half the teams in the league. That's absurd.
Yeah.
2.5, because Hunter Henry's not under contract. Juju or Devontae Parker are not going to start for more than half the teams at the league at their receiver positions.
Yeah.
Mike Onwenu is a free agent, and that's the guy you're referring to.
Yeah.
He could be a guy who is attractive to the Cardinals because of his versatility, because of his annual PFF absolute exorbitant.
They love him there, don't they?
They do. They do. And Kyle Duggar is a free agent as well. But, Is Buda Baker your safety?
Yeah, they got Jalen Thompson as well. Yeah. Is Kyle Van Noy an option to return, or you think he's going to hit the mark?
He's on to the Ravens. He's on the Ravens.
Oh, he's on the Ravens. Gotcha.
He has been a vagabond player.
Gotcha.
And he is a guy who we used to co-host the show with.
Oh, nice.
It makes no sense to me. He's gone from the Patriots to the Chargers.
Yeah.
To the Ravens, and every single year he's a productive, impactful player at these places, and he doesn't get that longer contract. So he'd be a sensible guy to pursue if, edge/coverage linebacker is what they're looking for.
The best in Boston, NBC Sports Boston, Tom Curran. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.